Today, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about choosing a platform provider, what key features will really enable the IoT. Why is this important? As I will give a little bit details later, very soon, within the next 1 to 2 years, you will see more than 100 platform providers who claim that they have a platform for the IoT. And this will be for you a very, very big challenge, because you need to decide which platform is the right one for your business. Into the magazines, into the tech portals, you see a lot of these headlines. Big things are going on. And this brings me to my first thesis. With me today I have 5 theses which I think are important if you're in the process to select a platform for IoT, or even to better understand IoT, or to build up a strategy for IoT. The thesis number 1 I have with me is the huge potential of the Internet of Things is reflected in its forecast. When you look at the forecasts from Gartner says that you will see by 2020 around 25 billion devices, things, sensors, actuators connected to the Internet. IDC says you will see by 2020 50 billion of that things, devices. I wouldn't care. Anyway, it will be, and it will be a lot of things which are connected. And what we see nowadays is the third part of an industrial IT revolution. The first part was invention of a PC, that everyone had a PC at home. Second part was 1996, 97, the invention of the Internet. And now is the third part, that we bring all these sensors, actuators to the Internet. And when you ask me, will this be a bug? Will this be a business? My answer is, it is already a business. Because we as Axiros, we are in business now since 2002, managing devices, focusing on open management of devices for the telco industry, for companies like Vodafone, KPN, AT&T, Telefonica. And we see that some of those are already making good business in this space. My second thesis is about connectivity. When you are talking machine to machine nowadays, this means that all these connections are more or less going via cellular networks, SIM-based. This will not stay. In the next 4 to 5 years, you will see that this kind of connectivity will go down to maybe 10%, 5%, but it will go significantly down. Why? We see the rise of all these short distance protocols, like Zigbee, Bluetooth, and. And the sensors and the actuators, the meters, whatever it is in the household or in the office, they will connect via these short distance protocols and be concentrated by a smart gateway, and the smart gateway will bring all this information from and to these devices via fixed line, whether it's cable, whether it's DSL, whether it's fiber, whatever it will be. My thesis number 3 is very close. We will look and see that there are more than 100 platform providers for Internet of Things. Providers who claim that they have a working platform for the Internet of Things. On the one side, for you, this is a good news, because this means a lot of competition. Competition means innovation, and that things will move forward. On the other side, this situation will cause a lot of unconsciousness. because you need to take into account many of those platforms, and you cannot be sure which platform will survive, so that your investment is safeguarded. And when your tech teams need to assess what platforms should I look at, they are really in trouble, seeing all these platforms. But the good message is, my thesis number 4, very soon you will see de facto standards. Why? The big powerhouses, like General Electric, like Schneider, the big system integrators, like Tata, even semiconductor companies like Intel, they have already started, or they are starting now, to roll out solutions for the Internet of Things, for machine to machine, based on their best-in-breed solutions. And this will cause de facto standards in the next 2 to 3 years. And my recommendation to you is, look at these de facto standards. Look at these frameworks, how they will work. Because you will need to live with these solutions. My last thesis number 5 is, what will be the God platform for the IoT? And my answer is, there will be no God platform for the IoT in the next 5 years. There will be no platform who will dominate the market. There will be no platform who will gain 20, 25, 30% of the market share. So, what's left is, you need to use or utilize existing IoT components which are already around, and to start to build up knowledge here. Let me give you an example from the telco industry. There is the Broadband Forum, and the Broadband Forum has standardized, I think in 2004 already, a protocol called TR69. TR69 is around to manage all kinds of devices for the telco industry. So, what TR69 from the Broadband Forum is able to do nowadays is to manage an internet access device, a residential router from Huawei, ZTE, ADN, Sykes-Picot. But you can also manage set-top boxes. You can also manage already VoIP phones. And the Broadband Forum will now enrich this protocol for existing environments, for existing ecosystems. Then you can also touch all kinds of sensors via this protocol. That you can touch all kinds of actuators. That you can touch smart gateways via the TR69 specification. And you have to have in mind that there is nearly no green field out. All the big telcos, all the tier 1s, tier 2s, even the tier 3s, they have invested a lot of money in the last 5 to 10 years into TR69, into a TR69 ecosystem. Nearly every one of them has an ACS in place, an automatic configuration server. All of them look in their tenders when they ask for new devices for TR69 functionality. And so, what we see is that the big telcos, they are looking now very close into TR69, as at the moment there is a lack of standards, and they will jump on this path to enable also for IoT, to manage more stuff around here. We as Axiros, we are in this business since 15 years, I said. We have been founded around 2001, 2002. And this year, early this year, we have been selected by Gartner as a cool vendor. A cool vendor out of 5 companies worldwide for Internet of Things platforms. The same happened last week when the CIO Review magazine said that Axiros is one out of 20 most promising companies for providing a machine-to-machine platform. Why this happened? Because we are already managing this kind of devices. We are already managing set-top boxes. We are already touching VoIP phones. And when I say management, this usually means initial provisioning, this means firmware management, this means integration into support portals to help customer care, this means quality of experience monitoring, when you offer video services and voice services, and to make it short, we are able to bring every kind of information, every kind of parameter on whatever box, and we are also able to take all information, what is on the box, within near real time onto the server to process it. So this here is just another graphics, I think it's from Gartner or IDC, about challenges, Internet of Things, adoption challenges. Here you see more or less the same information that I already gave you, where the pitfalls are. It's about system integration, data control, security, data sharing, lack of connectivity standards. I think the only protocol that is standardized so far is IP version 6. So, let me give you an example of what one of our customers is doing. The customer I'm talking about is Lyse. Lyse is a utility company, is the biggest utility in south of Norway. Lyse was forced to comply with regulatories from the government in 2012 when they started to roll out smart meters. And Lyse immediately said, okay, let's make a business opportunity out of this. If we need to roll out these smart meters, then we can also do all the other stuff, because in principle there is no difference. And so they developed a complete concept for the smart home, to roll out all kind of alarms, all kind of monitoring systems. They roll out all kind of meters for power consumption, water consumption, gas consumption, all kind of sensors. However you will use these sensors. For example, an intelligent floor space, which recognizes if someone steps on it, can be used for security, if you're not home, but can also be used as an example for elder people management. So they are rolling out at the moment this complete ecosystem based on Axiros platform. And what was a good decision is that they already decided in 2013 that they will go with a smart gateway, which helps them now a lot to address all these issues around security, as an example, all firmware updates, all new releases. So for their smart home, they developed some nice GUIs for all kinds of devices. They came up with some pretty good looking communication devices for wall positioning. And also, they are already rolling out an intelligent door. An intelligent door, which, if you ring the bell, there is a video cam and a voice, and if you are at work in your office, you can start talking to the person who has rang your bell at home. You can ask, okay, is it the past service? What do you have for me? You can even open the door from remote for this person. Quite nice. And this is already happening in Norway. So the IoT is already here. At the very end, it will work out as a complete welfare home with all kinds of functionalities you can think about. Elder persons management, security, all kind of meter services, and this is already taking place. The magic behind? Lyse belongs to Altibox. Altibox is a carrier in the south of Norway. And building up the solution, they were able to go along with their existing GSS systems, and they just needed to enrich their OSS with the Axiros platform. So it means they could build up on the already existing knowledge and skill set in the organization. Here you see a little bit the complete stuff, what is covered by experience, and this platform from lifecycle management to management of communication channels, security stuff, firmware management, and. This all is needed if you want to select such a platform. Here, a business case which shows a little bit in which domains the most costs will arise from delivery, support, over monitoring, and restoration, and how you can bring it down if you choose the right platform, based on the experience we made at Lyse. Finally, what brings me more or less to the end of my speech, here a kind of bullet list, what you should take into account when you talk next time to a platform provider for IoT. It's some stuff around security, clear enough, you will hear this very often during the next 2 days, and security mechanisms, data encryption, how a platform will do this, activity logging for audits, quite important. And what is most interesting to our existing customers nowadays is built-in feedback loops and configurable cloud-based rule engines. Why? The providers now see how their devices, how their things are used, what interfaces are used in the household. When is a consumer using my service? All that kind of stuff we can already deliver now. This kind of information to the telcos. Service operations worldwide on all continents. Around 100 of our customers based in Europe, all the others on all other continents. I think that's it so far. We have a booth here over in the next room. So if you have technical questions, if you want to understand what we are doing for this or that customer already, if you want to understand what we are doing here in Asia Pacific, in Singapore, in Japan, in Taiwan already, please come to our booth. We will be happy to tell you. Thank you.